tools, products, and techniques in this video are intended for use by adult modelers. Anyone under the age of 13 should always have adult supervision when using said tools, products, and techniques.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Hey everybody, Brandon back with some more painted plastic. Welcome to episode 3 of the Transformers build. For this one, we're going to do old Megatron. I'm going to start out this episode by just giving Megatron a quick coat of rubber black, Tamiya XF85. You see how I've got it in a little dropper bottle just for ease. But, yep. All of the sanding and everything has already been done. So, if you want to see how the sanding and stuff goes, you can check out the first 2 episodes. So the rubber black is thinned about 50-50 with 91% isopropyl alcohol. And I'm shooting through the airbrush at about 22 psi, something like that, 22. So let's get started. Just going to give him a quick coat here. Start off with a really light coat, let that kind of dry a bit, and then go back over. And it's just, several light coats until he's good and covered. Alright, here we go. Got Megatron all set. Let's head over to the bench and talk about the paint job. Be right back. Alright everybody, let's get some paint on old Megatron here. I have this is just the card back, right, that the figure came on, and it's got a reference, got some paint codes. But I also have over here on my monitor some reference images from the cartoon. So I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to be using that, and I'm going to be making it up as I go along. So, yep. Just like with the rest, I've got my wet palette just off to the side. We've got a couple of different grays here, so I think we'll start with, maybe we'll start with the dark grays and kind of work to the lighter colors. So I'm just going to put black and white, right? Just going to put a few blobs out here. We're going to do a dark gray, so I'll just bring a little over to the side here and maybe a little more white in there. Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right, let's get started. Let's see, there's not a whole lot of dark gray. Looks like mainly just the legs down here, and this gray is not going to show up really well up against this black, but that's all right. We'll get a coat on and we'll see how it looks when it dries. Alright, there's the dark gray. You know what? I left my clean out pot. I didn't grab my clean out pot. Wait, just 1 second. Let me grab that. Alright, now we got a clean out pot. Alright, let's move on to the light grays, which is the majority of Megatron. And for that, we're just gonna grab a little black, go right into the white. Now I want this pretty light, so I may end up adding a little more white to this color. You know what? I'm gonna get a blob of uncontaminated white. There we go. I think that's more the color I'm looking for. So, just checking my reference again. All right, there's the first coat of the light grays. And you know, now that I see it, I think I want to lighten up the dark gray a little bit. When I go back and do the second color, or the second coat rather, I think I'm going to lighten this up a little bit. It's just a little too close to the black. So I'm going to do the second coat of everything we've done here, and when we come back, we'll do some of the other colors. So be right back. All right, everybody, got the second coat on all the grays here. And I did go ahead and do a little blue and green spot in the middle just because they're so tiny. But there's one more color we got to do. Oh, and I went around and sort of touched up the blacks, right? Everywhere that was messy, just touched it up. The last color we need to do is red. Got some flat red. And I'm going to do things a little bit differently than what the card suggests. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Again, it's just on the wet palette. It'll be off to the side. Alright, so the card has red on the arms here. There's a little square in the little center section, and then the eyes are red. I'm going to go a step further and do the insides of the legs. If you remember the G1 toy, the insides of the legs were red, and I kind of want to do a little nod to the toy, so we're going to do that. Just paint the insides here red. So, got a few different brushes over here. I've got some bigger ones and some smaller ones. I'm going to start with a relatively small brush to do these arms, just because there's not a whole lot of space in there. So, and of course I'll come back and touch up the white if I make a mess. Alright, there's the first coat of reds. Of course, this will all get a second coat, and I'll be going around and doing some touch-ups here and there. But, yeah, so I'm going to go off and do all that, let this dry, do the second coats, do the touch-ups. And when we come back, this will probably have had a gloss coat, and we'll get to work on the decal, right? It's got a water slide decal, so we'll do that next. Let me get all this finished up, give it a quick gloss coat, and yeah, and then we'll carry on with the decal. Be right back. All right, everybody, here we go. Got all the colors on, got a real quick gloss coat, just to seal everything in. Time to do the decal. As you all know, Megatron has a single Decepticon decal in the center of his chest, and that's what we're going to do. I've already got the decal cut out. It came on, you guys have seen the other builds. They come on little sheets, right? Yep, already got it all cut out. We're just going to dunk it in the water. You guys have watched me do water slides before. Just put a little water on. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Just put a little water on the surface. It gives the decal something to slide around on. And just like that. And we'll get it centered up here. Alright, just got a Q-tip. I'm going to wick off some of this water. Oh, there we go. Decal on Megatron. Again, I kind of don't want to weather this. I don't know. I mean, we've done weathering on the other two, but I don't know. I kind of like him being sort of clean like this. I think I might give him just a matte coat and and leave him as he is. I think I'll do him, and then coming up also, the next episode is going to be Optimus, right? That's the last one of the series. So we're gonna be painting him next, and I think we'll leave him unweathered as well. I just kind of like the look of him being sort of clean for a change. Just if you remember, Bumblebee was all weathered, and yeah, and we did the same thing on Starscream. He was weathered, and yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here. Like I said, the only thing left will be once that's all dry, just give him a quick matte coat. But we'll take a look at him at the end of the Optimus video. We'll take a look at all 4 of them together. So as always, thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed painting up Megatron here, and stay tuned for the Optimus build that's coming up next. Bye bye.